Coming up, can't they all just get along? Rosie O'Donnell and her former cohorts at The View feuding again. We'll have the blow-by-blow, but this is today on NBC.
You lose your resolve.
Lose your will with the woman.
And then for years feel they have to dump on it, maybe for their own.
But first, here we go again. Rosie O'Donnell is feuding with her former colleagues on The View, and I can't even count what round this is. NBC's Jeff Rawson has the blow-by-blow.
It's the two-year feud that keeps on giving. Rosie O'Donnell versus her former colleagues on The View. The latest jab from Rosie, a direct hit on Barbara Walters. While promoting her new NBC variety show, Rosie said this on a conference call with reporters. Barbara wanted everyone to believe and think and act as if the women on The View get along and they're really good friends. And you know, that's just not the reality. Thursday morning, Barbara hit back, never mentioning Rosie by name.
But there are some people who have done this show and then for years feel they have to dump on it, maybe for their own publicity. Yeah. And that not only hurts me, but I resent it.
Millions watched from home, including Rosie herself.
Some people who have done this show and then for years feel they have to dump on it, maybe for their own publicity. And that not only hurts me, but I resent it.
Webcam fired up. Rosie fired back on her website, referencing two previous co-hosts who were booted from the show.
I do not know what Star Jones and Debbie Matenopoulos did, but whoo, lady, she is pissed off.
Dripping with sarcasm online, Rosie wasn't done yet. On Late Night with Conan O'Brien, she came back for even more.
Listen, I don't want to dump on the show in order to benefit my own career, you know, to use it for publicity, because I didn't have a career before that show. So I'm very thankful to The View for the help that it's given me in my life. And I'm a big fan of the program and the producers. So I just like to
That's the scariest smile I've ever seen since Jack Nicholson in The Shining.
Yeah.
Entertainment critic Dawn Yannick watched the brawl unfold.
Barbara may be a little bit resentful. She may not be happy about what Rosie had to say, but in the end, this is ratings gold.
Rosie's been off The View for more than a year, and while her barbs with Barbara are making news now.
Let me speak.
You're going to double speak. It's just a yes or a no.
Her on-air fights with co-host Elisabeth Hasselbeck are still legendary.
I asked you if you believed what the Republican pundits were saying.
Yes?
You said nothing, and that's cowardly.
No.
After all this, Rosie says arguing about politics is not the best use of her talent. In fact, on her upcoming variety show, Rosie promises no arguing, no politics, just lighthearted fun.
Yeah, there'll be comedy, there'll be dancing, there'll be singing.
And it's live, yeah.
Very different from the last program I did.
So for now, at least, the ball is in Barbara's court in this TV family feud. For today, Jeff Rawson, NBC News, New York.
You know what I always like to do at moments like this? So, I never worked there. What do you think?
I had 9 years there that were terrific. That's what I think.
No, you're not getting away with that. Is this going to get worse before it gets better?
I hope not. I hope not. But I think that point about publicity may be a lot of it as well. Because everybody's talking about it, and then they talk about The View, and they talk about Rosie's new show. So I don't know how much of that is behind it. That's all I'm going to say.
Speaking of publicity and Rosie O'Donnell, she's going to be here to talk to Meredith on Monday about her new variety show and maybe a few other things. That's Rosie Monday with Meredith right here on